Welcome to the Mile High Bite Show, your home for clips, news, bloopers, and more from the Mile High Flight Show team. I'm your host, Ryan Marinholtz, and let's jump right into this. Today's bite comes from Broncos Training Camp once again, as unfortunately one of the Broncos' best receivers and one of my personal favorite players in the league, Tim Patrick, tore his ACL last Tuesday, putting him out for the rest of the season. Tim was undrafted in 2017 and worked his way up to be one of the Broncos' top contributors in the last few years and had earned himself a 3-year, $34.5 million extension with the Broncos just last season. So obviously really tough to see Tim go down. He was really looking to have a huge year coming up with Russell Wilson and building that chemistry and potentially being the top target on this Broncos team. So obviously, the Broncos are going to have to find somebody, and not even just one receiver, but multiple receivers to step in and take some of that production that he was going to be a part of in this Broncos team. So now Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy need to step up and really have good seasons. KJ Hamler, hopefully can stay healthy and become a threat with Russell Wilson here. And then in camp, I went to training camp on Saturday this past week, and it was really nice to see some of the Broncos doing their thing, and a couple wide receivers that stood out to me. Montrell Washington, the rookie who we've talked about multiple times, coming on, made a super flashy catch, full extension in the end zone when I was there on Saturday, and has been making plays pretty consistently in camp. Other than him, you look at Kendall Hinton, Hall of Fame quarterback Kendall Hinton, that is, got to refer to him correctly. He's been making some plays in camp as well and really looking decent coming on as a wide receiver, so I'll be excited to see what he can do this year. And then also Travis Fulgham came in, he's a veteran, played some with the Eagles, and he's coming to camp as well looking pretty good. So, it's going to be difficult to replace that production, and I don't even know if you can quotations replace that production of Tim Patrick, especially with him looking to have his best season of his career coming up. So really an unfortunate situation. I hate to see it for him. Hopefully for his sake he can get healthy as quick as possible and have a good offseason and come back next year. Russell Wilson's still going to be here next year, hopefully even more integrated into the offense, and maybe Tim Patrick can just come out swinging. So that'll be exciting. And then one more note I did want to bring up when you're looking at the potential replacements for Tim. Tim and Courtland are really, other than Seth Williams, the largest, tallest wide receivers. And so that's a role that's going to be hard to fill. Seth Williams, obviously, a second-year player out of Auburn. Loved him at Auburn, but he's always been raw. He's got that jump ball ability, but he is not a great route runner. He's not good with leverage. He's not good with creating space, and he looks like he's been progressing, but he doesn't look ready to take on a lot of those snaps that are going to be now open with Tim Patrick being out. So that'll be one thing to kind of pay attention to, is now Courtland Sutton is the only wide receiver on this team with that size. Could potentially mean more work for the tight ends, but we'll just have to see exactly how that plays out going forward. Awful for Tim Patrick. Hopefully he can recover as fast as possible. And that'll do it for this edition of the Mile High Bite Show. Make sure you guys find us on social media. Our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is at Mile High Flight Show. And our Twitter and merch on Redbubble can be found at MHFS Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys later.